my little champ Yatharth Shukla, and today I'm not going to cook anything.
No, cook anything. I want to cook anything.
Okay, what do you want to cook?
Dal chawal.
Okay, I'll cook dal chawal for Yatharth, and to you, my friends, I'll show you what all spices, what all masalas I use in my Indian cooking, so that you are familiar with the basic Indian masalas which we normally use. So come in my kitchen and I'll show you the spices. Okay, so these are the cumin seeds, and in Hindi we call it as jeera. This is very common in most of the lentils, the dals which we make, and some of the curries as well. Now the next one is the turmeric powder, which is very common in our curries and dals as well, and some people also add this in milk. It acts as an antibiotic, so it's very healthy for our body. Now the next is the red chili powder. I generally avoid adding red chili powder unless it's really required. I prefer adding green chilies instead of red chili, the dry chili powder. Okay, next is a secret masala which I got it from my dad's recipes, and this is a meat masala. Although I am a vegetarian, but I prefer adding meat masala because this gives a very good flavor in the curries. So sometimes in most of the curries, like, I add meat masala. Now the next is the dhania powder, or the coriander powder which we say, and it's basically the dry coriander which we grind it, and then we use it as the masala, and we generally use this in our curries. And here is the most popular, called the garam masala, which is very common in curries, and it gives an immense flavor in the sabjis or the curries, you can say. But it's a bit strong in flavor, so I prefer adding very little of it. And this is called asafoetida, or in Hindi we call it as hing. It's very good for digestion, and that's why I prefer adding in most of my curries and dals as well. So like chana masala or rajma or aubergine, I prefer adding asafoetida in that. So this is a box of basic spices which are normally used in Indian cooking. And here are some more raw spices which we sometimes use in some curries or sometimes in dals as well. So the first one is the dry red chili, which sometimes is used as a top-up tempering in dals, and also used in some hot curries as well. And these are the carom seeds. Again, these are very good for digestion. It's very good for stomach, and we normally add carom seeds in parathas, the Indian bread which we make. It's because it's give a very good flavor in the parathas, and also we add this in puris as well, so it's very tasty. Now the next is the cloves, and in Hindi we call it as long. It's a bit warm, and that's why we prefer eating this, especially in winters. We also add this in chai masala as well. And we also add this in some curries as well for tempering. And this one is my favorite, cinnamon sticks. I add this in my chai masalas and some curries as well. In fact, the dal as well. It's very good for health. In fact, I prefer drinking cinnamon tea because it's very soothing. Now these are mustard seeds, and we use this in some of our curries. It's very rich in magnesium, and I've read somewhere that it also helps in reducing the asthma attacks. So it's very good for health. Now these are fenugreek seeds, and we use this in, again, some of the curries. These are very good for maintaining the cholesterol level, and also helps in reducing the diabetes as well. So again, it has very good benefits. Now these are black cardamoms, and this is one of the most important item in the garam masala. In my upcoming videos, I will also tell you how to make garam masala at home. I add these black cardamoms in my dals, lentils and everything. So this is a box of the raw spices. And I love this cute little box which keeps all my spices in a very organized way, isn't it? And I'll introduce you to some extended spices, the raw spices which I generally use. These are dry bay leaf, which are commonly used in curries like chana masala or the kadai paneer, and some temperings as well. These are very popular all over the world. The black pepper. We normally use this in our chai masalas, so it's very good for health. This is star anise, which is not very common in many regions, but yeah, some people use it in curries. Now these are dry fenugreek leaves. We just rub it in our palms and sprinkle on some of our curries. So it gives a very good flavor in the curries. And the last one is a very famous fennel seeds. It's famous all over the world, and it's a bit cold in nature, so we prefer eating this mostly in summers. And is used in some of the Indian dishes. So these are some of the basic spices which are used in Indian cooking. So I hope now you are familiar with the spices which are used in Indian cooking. So now you know the Indian spices which we normally use in our Indian cooking, and you can buy them from your superstores. The basic ones are like salt, the garam masala, or the dhania powder, the coriander powder. But if you can buy some other spices, that's also good. I don't prefer using too much spices in my vegetables, especially the green vegetables, because that loses the original flavor of the vegetables. But yes, the basic ones are fine. So do let me know the Indian flavors you like. And me and Yatharth are going to cook dal chawal today. Yes? And you like dal chawal. Are we going to put some masalas in that? No, we are not going to put the masalas in that. We are just going to have the plain dal chawal, the plain dal rice. So see you friends in our next recipes as well. And I'm sure Yatharth will also cook with me in future. Yes?
And you too.
Yes. Are you going to cook with me?
Yes.
Alright, so give me a high five then. Ooh, whoopee. Say bye-bye to everyone.
Bye everyone.
And don't forget to subscribe my channel and click the bell icon, please. Thank you.